take out of the weekend experience? 2 games.
Well, I think you know, our intensity to start the game's got to be better than it is. It takes a lot of energy to consistently be coming back from deficits, and I think if we could mature a little bit and learn how to play with that sort of energy and that sense of urgency from the tip, rather than after we feel like, boy, the game's slipping away from us, we better pick it up. You know, if we learned that, then it was a valuable weekend.
Touch on Valpo a little bit, and I mean, just looking at it at first glance, this is a, you know, looks like a winnable game for you guys.
Well, I mean, I hope they're all winnable for us. You know, they're a team, they set a lot of ball screens, which isn't something that we've seen in a while. We've obviously seen it several times this year, but the last couple teams we haven't seen a steady dose of it. So they're a team that probably sets 50 to 60 ball screens a game. You know, it'll be interesting to see, you know, how we deal with those. And, you know, obviously we switch a lot of ball screens, so that creates some mismatches, and that means our doubles are going to have to be quick, and we're going to have to do a better job of rotating out of our double teams, which is something I thought we did poorly against Milwaukee. We worked on it yesterday and today, and I think we've gotten better at rotating out. You know, so I think it'll be exciting. You know, it's exciting. You know, both these places, Butler and Valpo, have some history in Indiana basketball lore, so it'll be a neat place to play, an exciting trip to make, and you know, it'll be interesting to play against ball screens again and see how we do defending them.
Bob, you talked about getting off to a good start. I mean, what else is out there that you guys need to improve on?
Well, I mean, I think you know, the good start's kind of an all-encompassing answer, and I guess it's more the particulars in order to do that. I think we need to take care of the basketball and get good shots. I think we need to have defensive intensity from the beginning of the game, and have people in the proper defensive position to make plays. You know, you see, we had a lot of steals, and you know, we had those steals when we were in the right defensive spots. And I think just having the wherewithal to be in that spot from the get-go, the very first possession, instead of, you know, going 2 or 3 possessions into the game before you're in the right spot. So I think getting off to a good start covers a multitude of ideas, and I think those would probably be the 2 biggest ideas offensively and defensively.
You guys have had some really solid efforts back-to-back here. Is it more frustrating that you see your girls kind of take over these deficits and come real close, only to, you know, not have it at the end? Is it more frustrating to see that they have been able to turn the corner at some points, but not consistently?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we were just getting blown out, it's easy to just say, forget it, we're just not very good. You know, go get them next year type of thing. But to see us compete and to see us do things correctly and see those things work, but then to not see us do those things consistently is frustrating. That is probably my biggest frustration. And I think last time we were together, we talked about the mental makeup and our mental toughness of being able to do what's right on a consistent basis. I think once we get to there, we'll be a pretty good team. And, you know, I hope we get to there tomorrow. And we're not there today. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, next week, next month, or next year. But as soon as we have the mental wherewithal to make the right play consistently, you know, then you'll see us start winning these games and not be in 18-point deficits. And when you go on a 10-0 run, it'll be to put you up 10 rather than to cut the lead to 8 and those sorts of things. So, I mean, there's a little bit of frustration. I think there's also a little bit of excitement to know that it isn't maybe as far away as it may seem. You know, you sit down and you realize you lose 2 games this weekend. You know, you think, goodness, when are we going to win a game? You know, but the other side of the coin is, hey, we're 2 or 3 possessions here, 2 or 3 possessions there away from making this game interesting and maybe even going on a run ourselves. So, yeah, it's both frustrating and exciting. I think that probably is the makeup of coaching.
Well, but you have guys healthy. I mean, you're playing, what, 7, 8, 9 players? I mean, you guys healthy?
I had the sniffles earlier this week, but I'm okay.
From the players.
No, the players. Yeah, I mean, I think we're as healthy as I think we're going to be the rest of the year. We got a couple kids sitting out with some injuries, but I don't think they're coming back. So we're gonna, I mean, we've got the kids that we've got, and we're gonna play who we have, and that's what we got, so.
How many healthy bodies then, I guess is my question, and who's not coming back? You mentioned people may not be coming back.
Well, I mean, Michaela and Heidi haven't played.
Michaela hasn't played since the opener. Heidi hasn't played since Western.
I mean, they're done for the year then?
Probably. I mean, they both have doctor's appointments in the next 2 weeks, and do some X-rays, and the doctors will do their magical thing. But I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, yeah. I mean, I think they're probably done for the year. And if not, then it'll be a happy day to have them back, and we'll make the most of it. But we're not anticipating either of them playing this weekend. And they're rehabbing and they're going through the process. But I wouldn't expect either of them to play this weekend. And then I don't know.
With that being said, if my math is correct, that leaves you with 9 players. How do you practice?
Well, I mean, we have some very talented assistant coaches that their New Year's resolution was to get in shape, and I feel like I'm just doing my part. I'm letting them get in shape by practicing for 2 hours a day. So we do. I mean, we do go 5-on-5, and all 3 of our assistant coaches played college basketball, and they actually do a very good job. I don't like them practicing just because I like them coaching, and it's hard to coach and practice. But they rotate in so that they're not all. It's not always Coach Schrader practicing and everybody else watching, depending on what we're doing and what position we need. So it's kind of like we got a great practice squad. We've got a point guard, a 2-guard, and a post player. We can mix them up depending on what we need.
But and again, is that just not that you have anything to do? But that's unfair, though. I mean, isn't it? I mean, from the standpoint that you can't watch your team play 5-on-5. I mean, you only got 9 healthy players last year. Same situation.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have more, absolutely. But I mean, that's just what we've got, and I don't know. Like we can't. We're trying to get those kids healthy, and I guess that's just what it is.
Is it frustrating on your point, though, that you're not full strength, so to speak?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, we get to do, we've got a really neat 3-on-3 drill that we do, that we've developed. And then, we have to adjust some things, but, we just, I don't know if I think about that as much as I think that we've got practice today, we've got practice tomorrow, and we're just going to do everything we can to try to get kids better. And sometimes that means that we've got more time for individual work, and we can do some one-on-one stuff and develop. Obviously we need to improve our shooting, and it gives us time to work with kids individually on their shooting, on their form, and maybe give them more attention than they would have got if there were 6, 7 other players out there.